need to allow yourself to trust the process. First off, morning pages. I still very much love doing morning pages. Again, it's just 3 pages as soon as you get up, and just everything that comes to mind, you dump it on paper. I feel like not only morning pages, but this whole course slash like journey, I've been learning more about myself and doing a bunch of other things to heal my like inner child and inner teen, but also just me now. For my artist date this week, I actually did it today, but I just did something light. I didn't feel like needing to like dress up a bunch or go like on a walk because it's really cold out, but I just wanted to do something chill. So I went and got myself some breakfast. I just went and got a donut, and then I got some Pokemon cards, and I don't have it in here, but just a new box of crayons to just color. Some things that I learned this week. So one of the first topics through like for this week was honest changes. So with yourself, your routine, your daily life. This week talks about 2 different kind of feelings. So your real feelings, that would be like the real raw you that you wouldn't really show other people, and then the other was official feelings, so feelings that you would show to the world but are often covered as like I feel fine. With that little section, it was basically saying how we tend to blanket our true emotions and feelings when things start to feel uncomfortable. It does no good for us or others when we continue to just say we're fine when we're not. You're neglecting yourself when you don't care for your emotions. That's something most people just go through, and myself included. I feel like I've made a lot of progress on, but it is something that I still struggle with just because it is, like it is uncomfortable to talk about new or just big feelings. Another part in the book that I liked was where it's talking about how we sort of grieve our old self, but in that we're also growing. We're discovering new boundaries, our likes, our dislikes, our interests, old cycles that need to clearly be broken. We're also just filtering out people that don't align with us anymore. A lot of growth is coming out of an old shell to make room for new growth. And no matter how growth looks, there is still subtle growth. So you need to allow yourself to trust the process. Each day that you're like working towards your goals and allowing yourself to heal and grow is breaking down walls that are holding you back. I enjoyed the section where it's talking about how morning pages plays a big part in your growth. You need to let yourself feel your big emotions and let yourself express what's on your mind. So pushing through being uncomfortable so that you can get comfortable. A part in the book that I really liked was it said each day's morning pages takes a swipe at your blur you have kept between you and your real self. So you need to spend time with yourself, learn about yourself, do the things that you love to do. I feel like morning pages, and even just in the book, it even says this, that morning pages can help you open the door and help guide you. Be willing to change, be willing to care for your emotions, be willing to be uncomfortable to grow and heal. One of the exercises this week was buried dreams. So it had a list of 6 questions, and then each question had you list 5 things. So it had you list 5 hobbies you liked, 5 classes you would want to take, 5 skills you think would be fun. But it was like you needed to be quick with your answers, so not something to really like think heavy on, really just whatever popped up first in your mind. And I really liked it, and I thought it was interesting to see my answers and maybe just realize or just remember some things that I've been wanting to do. One of my struggles this week was the reading deprivation. I say this because I've been trying and have slowly been coming out of a reading slump. And when I got to this part of the freaking week, it's telling you that you can't read for a week. With that, it was also like, yes, you couldn't read for the week, but using that time to like go do something else. So some things that I did was just work on some art. I painted my nails. I painted a little wall hanging that I have. I got a car inspection that I needed, and I worked out. I meditated. I just did a lot of stuff that I like in the time that I would have spent if I was reading. The last thing I'm going to talk about is the different tasks that I liked. The first task was having you describe your ideal environment. So describing where you lived, like did you live in a house, an apartment, whatever. Did you live in like a cool city or like suburbs, whatever. And then you needed to make a vision board to go with it so you can like put by your desk or like just where you frequent often. I haven't made the vision board yet, but I did like obviously write everything down. I definitely want to print out pictures so that I could make a nice big vision board. The next task that I really liked was describe yourself at 80, and then it had you write a letter from your 80-year-old self to your current self. This got me really motivated and made me think like, damn, if I wanted to look back at my 80-year-old self, would I like set myself up to be where I want to be at 80? I want my 80-year-old self set for the future. I need to put that work in now or yesterday and really making that first step. The next task was kind of similar to the task I just said, but this time you're 8 years old and you're writing a letter to your current self from your 8-year-old self. And I thought that was really cute, and it just made me feel really proud of myself and just happy with the growth that I've made over the years. And the last task that I'll talk about was it had you do like a closet clean out. I'm glad that popped up because I've been needing to do a closet clean out anyways. So just another thing to add to my to-do list. What I do to help me do closet clean outs is I just go down a list of, does it fit? Does it not? Do I feel comfortable in it? Is it ripped up? If I've had it since freaking high school, it needs to go. Or if I even feel like comfortable in it. But if it doesn't fit, I struggle to even put it on, or it's just uncomfortable, it has to go. But yeah, that is my week 4 recap, and I'm ready for the next week.